Sir Dennis, ito pala, tawag ka na po ng client. Kakausap daw ko pala.
I'm really worried about this because I don't know if I will pass it or not, but because I'm only one people now.
So if you would fail the BOI application, then we don't push through with the application anymore.
So, another day, another client. So, timplahan natin siya ng kape. Let's go! So, ang gusto ng client natin is black coffee. So, let's go. Ayan, starting na. Mamaya, itatanong natin kay Ma'am Jessa kung sino yung client natin today. Yun. Hi, Ma'am Jessa. Ano po ang client natin today? Wednesday. Hello. Good morning. Here's your black coffee, sir. Thank you.
So essentially, you were referred to us by the Upturn team because you were interested in availing of tax incentives from the Board of Investments under the DTI.
Yes.
Um,
But what I concern is I'm worried BOI they don't allow like me, the small company, to apply for it because I just started a business here in the Philippines. So actually, my company only have one people, who is me.
would you be able to meet the requirements? If you say that you would be able to meet the requirements, then that's the only time we process the application. But if, on the employment, because there are certain employment numbers, right?
Yes.
If based on the employment numbers, you don't necessarily meet it, then we don't push through with the application anymore. So because we also want to save you money.
Yes.
Right, we don't want to we don't want to force you to file an application which we know you'll also not be able to get the available incentives. So for us, in terms of the employment requirement is really more of a requirement of the PESA. It's another incentive giving industry. But so I just have to check the requirements for that particular industry. If we're able to check and confirm with the BOI and they say to us that you would need to hire employees, then the first thing that we would need to check on our end is how long will the application take? Because once you hire employees, you already incur costs, right?
Yes.
But then
it's like, because if I'm going to process like evaluation, like we have to sign the engagement first, right?
No. So before that, we first check whether on face value you would be qualified for or disqualified for any incentive.
So when it comes to expenses, especially what you call this in taxation is deduction, BAR is very strict on that matter.
No, because
If this is for accounting purpose, sir.
it's for accounting purpose.
So if it is for accounting purpose, sir, all actual expenses, irrespective whether when you spent it, I believe you should include it there so that we can see the true finances of the company. I'm thinking more of, the external reporting to the BAR. That's why I introduced it. So, if it is for internal purposes, sir, irrespective of the timeline, as long as it is related to the business, I think you need to put it on your ERP system so that. And when it comes to the taxes that we need to pay, I think for now, what we can do is to leave it as it is. What we can do is for those personal property, in order for it to be named under the corporation, what we can do is put it as your capital contribution.
I don't know the protocol here. Maybe I'm worried when they come to the company, they will say, "Oh, this one is not in company's property."
It's okay. It's basically checking if there's a property existing. There are more of document based. As long as there's a supporting document and we show the supporting document and those documents are reliable, they already believe in it.
And the last question is, because I received some invoices, there is no, they did not write any 12% tax inside the invoices. So should I count it by myself, or the invoices I cannot transfer tap?
So basically, for the purpose of internal recording in your accounting, it must be included on your books. However, for the purpose of tax declaration, we need to disallow it since it does not comply with the invoicing requirements. As I mentioned earlier, the BAR is very strict when it comes to the documents since that's the ruling audit. It's more of document based, which why for that one, it must be still appear on the record, but for claiming deduction, for claiming expenses, it must be disallowed. So going forward, I suggest, sir, that you must be strict as well when it comes to documentation, especially on the invoice. The name of the company must appear there, the PIN of the company must appear there, the address must appear as well on the invoice, so that we can use it as your deduction and as well as for claiming input taxes. But I think your case is special since, we will register under BOI, so we have some incentive. But still, I suggest, sir, we develop this practice to be strict on invoicing, so that, whatever happened, documents are still there, documents comply with the requirements, something like that.
That's right, directly. But yeah, it will be successful, sir, for sure. Thank you, sir.